Hello, everybody. My name is Wendy De Rosa, and I am an intuitive energy healer, and I'm the founder of the School of Intuitive Studies. And I'm here to talk today about the rise of the feminine, which is happening powerfully right now, and then how that relates to the second chakra in our body. So the reason I think this topic is important is because I am very interested in supporting people in their healing process and in stepping more powerfully into who they're here to be, so that we as a collective can continue to raise consciousness and show up and shift the energy of this planet, which we're doing by doing this individual work. And right now, there are courageous voices coming out, speaking up about assault, speaking up about harassment, speaking up about shame, about guilt, about suppression of the feminine. And this is happening definitely for women. Women are rising, women are on the forefront of this process. And really, this voice, communicating and speaking truth, is bringing the shadow to light. It's also happening for men, and what it's reflecting for men is how the feminine has been suppressed for men. So I want to be clear about what the feminine is in the body. I think we can not quite understand what that word means, because it's not just in women, it's in men too. So the feminine, and this also relates to the second chakra, which is it's an orange power center, depicted as orange typically, in the pelvic bowl. And so this power center corresponds to our sexuality, our sensuality, our ability to be vulnerable, our ability to be creative, our co-creation with the divine, which means we go into our creativity, which is an experience of connecting to the divine within us and then producing something in the world. Maybe that's ideas or art or music or something else. The feminine is also our ability to be connected to our emotions and to give ourselves permission to have them. Our femininity is our ability to stay connected to ourselves and other people, to be relatable, to be vulnerable, to be real and honest about what's there for us. Our ability to be conscious and connected. These are aspects of our feminine. Also, our intuition. This is a very powerful intuitive center in the body. So what's happened over time is that this area, this particular power center, has become wounded. We've held a lot of wounds through the centuries, through the generations, through our lineage, and through our own personal lives. We carry wounds, and the wounds that are held here in the second chakra are often masked by shame. Shame is one of the shadow feelings that's held here. And so what can happen is that if we have the feeling of shame about ourself, our true self, whether that be sensitive, intuitive, feminine, in our quality, in our nature, whether it means we're, a sexual being, whether it means we're wild and creative and expressive, if our true nature has been told we were wrong on any level, we're going to hold shame in this area of the body. And when we hold shame, and this is true if you're male or female, we act out, sometimes in sideways ways. We act out of that shame. We do something that's going to be shameful, or we do something that's going to inevitably return to us the feeling of shame at some point in our lives. Now, we are human beings. Human beings feel shame at times. Human beings feel guilt. We feel anger. We feel fear. We are human. This process, however, of healing is starting to look at this idea of wronging, this feeling of who I am is not right, and starting to change the story. And we're doing this collectively, historically, throughout time right now, that we are changing the story about what is right and what is wrong, And we're changing that to, and this is the feminine rise movement, is that we're changing it to more authenticity and more truth and more understanding and more compassion and being able to meet people where they are. It is so much more relatable to hear somebody say, I have grief and this is my story, because somebody else can relate to your story. Someone else who might be sitting alone in that feeling can hear your story and feel connected, feel like there's a place for them in this world because they share a feeling that you are courageously expressing. So this movement right now of the feminine is to start to speak up. There's this powerful relationship between the second chakra and the throat chakra. We can often find that when there's shame or abuse or vulnerability or violation in the feminine reproductive area, and that's true for male or female, if there's been boundaries crossed in that area of the body, there will often be vocal suppression or a suppression of self and truth. It's like truth can't be felt, truth can't be spoken, until it has to be, until life triggers the biggest triggers and brings it to the forefront and the emotions come up and the truth comes out. And on the other side of that is healing. It may not be freedom right away. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it opens up the process of healing. And so right now, what I'm really wanting to give voice to is that the power of the feminine rise is possibly going to unearth where you might be holding back on yourself and feeling shame and not had the room or the permission or the deep consciousness to step into your true self. And the world needs you to. Like, we need you to be real within yourself right now more than ever, so that we can continue to enlighten more truth on this planet, bring people more forward, and to also support the collective in no longer acting out of shame. Because one of the ways we act out through shame is rage and, God forbid, harm and hurt to others, and yelling and screaming and isolation and anything else that's working out sideways in a way that's going to act out that painful experience in the body. And that deeper experience is, I can't speak. There's no room for myself. Who I am is not okay. And that is a painful wound that we hold in our body that does need to be unraveled. And there is light on the other side. There is light on the other side of this. It is a matter of connecting to that deep place inside yourself of I'm not okay, and allowing yourself a new level of parenting your inner child, telling that part of you, you are absolutely loved. You are absolutely okay. And sometimes the only way we can get to that parenting, that inner reparenting, is by being vulnerable and connected to others, or being willing to connect to others and say, I have this feeling. I don't know what to do with this feeling. And seeking out help and support and others who can meet you and support you, because they're going to start to become your new bonding in the world, your new safety nets, your new place to be in yourself and feel accepted in the world, to feel your belonging in the world. So this is a process, healing here, and I'm focusing really on the second chakra area of the body, because that's where a lot of this consciousness lives, that's unearthing and rising in the body. It's actually healing, and we're seeing it. It's ugly. It's coming to the surface. It's shadow. It needs to. We need to see it first, and then we can start the process of healing. So from here, what I would really recommend is just being able to speak your truth and speak your story and reach out for support and help as you need to in your network. You can always, reach out to me if you do want to pursue anything like healing work or learn how to develop your intuition any further. I'm happy to guide you in that process. You can always visit my website. It's schoolofintuitivestudies.com. And just be aware you are part of a movement. You're part of the rise right now. So in what ways can you support your feminine? In what ways can you befriend the feminine energy within you? Whether you're a woman or whether you're a man, how can you connect to that part of yourself and give it attention and give it a platform, allow it space, and to be real? Thank you. Blessings. Have a great, wonderful day.